In this tutorial, we're going to go over the dual envelope generator RTC model type. There's actually only one GE that uses this model type. It's in the last bank, and if we choose to filter display by RTC model type, we can choose the dual envelope generator 1. And this is just a glitch that happens with the window when you first do that. So it's here in dual envelope generator. Now, when I choose this, I'm purposely going to choose it on the wrong module to show you what would happen in case that were to happen. So by choosing this GE, I actually switched it out in the GE in module 1, which would, override everything that you had done in module 1 thus far. And God forbid that happens, just go back up to your programs, choose a different program. Oh, and before I point that out, notice this asterisk. It just shows that something has changed. If you click over and then click back, you can see that there's no more asterisk. It shows that it's just the way it was before. So let's choose module 5 and then go down to our banks again, the last bank, and choose that dual envelope generator. Now this is going out to MIDI channel 10, and in timbre 10, which is what MIDI channel 10 is feeding into in the Kronos, I went ahead and chose IF108, which is called tuned steam. It's a kind of pad-ish sound. Now I haven't heard what this sounds like yet myself, but we're going to hear it for the first time. First, let's check what we had done before. And we forgot to run Karma. Oh, no, we didn't forget to run Karma. All my modules are running. And I'm going to the correct output. Let's just try it again. Oh, I see what I did. I muted it. Okay, now it's unmuted. Always little glitches like that here and there. So right now we're not listening to this new module yet. Notice that it doesn't say run. If I click solo, it actually will solo this module and run it at the same time. So it's kind of like a solo exclusive. When you click it, woo! Wow, interesting timbre. So we're obviously going to want to turn that down. I'm going to click my timbre track, and then now I have the fader for timbre 10. And then I'll just put it down, and then I'll just go ahead and run this. And now I'll put up the fader. And let's solo it. Now let's explore this RTC model. So we see lots of notes. It's a very cold sound. We have to choose module 5, and we'll go ahead and rename it. Let's just rename it like, is there like air or pad? Pad. We'll choose just pad. So now we have timbre 5 pad. Sweet. Now we have that selected in our control layer. Let's mess with the controls. So down in the generated effects, we have a tab called envelopes. And these are the envelopes that this is generating. So we have envelope start level. So you can see what that's changing, and that's affecting CC16. I can't remember what CC16 is off the top of my head, but let's just see if we can hear what it's changing. Maybe if I click this, it might show us, but for now, that's fine. I try not to click in this window while using the RTC models. And I'll show you why, actually. Let's just double click. Nope, can't do it. I'd have to choose it here. Yeah, and if I were to click that, a little box comes up that says, hey, there's an RTC parameter that's linked to this. Don't change it. like change it via the RTC parameter. So we'll just say like, okay, sweet. And then we'll follow its advice. I don't hear too much of a difference. So it doesn't really sound like envelope generator 1 is affecting much of anything. So we could actually just turn it off. Let's see what envelope generator 2 is doing. And you can see that these controls are almost all exclusively for envelope generator 1. Let's actually double check that. Oh. So actually I can hear a difference. Here it's brighter. Now it's darker. So we have our attack level all the way up. Ah, okay, I can start to hear a difference. Let's turn the sustain level down. And let's turn envelope generator 2 off, just so we can see better. Still can't really hear what it's affecting. Oh! I see. So it's actually only working at note on. The reason we heard it there is because it had just looped. So every time we change chords, it'll trigger this first envelope. And it's still running, of course, the original chord. Awesome, so now we know what that's doing. And we know now it only works if we are triggering chords. Let's go ahead and fashion... Well, actually, let's check the decay. No, sorry, not the decay, the sustain. We'll leave it a little bit up. The release we'll leave where it's at. And again, you can see that all of these controls are really mainly for envelope generator 1. We can scale the entire amount. That's really neat. That's this parameter right here. Now it's too bad they're not mainly hooked up to envelope generator 2 because we hear a lot more of what envelope generator 2 is doing. I believe it's affecting the volume. Let's turn it back on. I'll definitely like it faster. See that time scale is changing this time scale parameter. This is measured in seconds, I believe. Ooh. The trigger multiplier, let's see exactly what that's doing. Duration. Can't see what it's actually affecting. Well, this is one of those things. We go to our control, or no, sorry, our RT parameters, and let's check switch 7, W7, for our modules. There we are. Rhythm start dot triplet multiplier. So rhythm. Let's check rhythm multiplier, envelope generator rhythm multiplier. There it is, rhythm multiplier 200%. So it's actually just doubling the length of the rhythm events. And we can totally see it as well. Let's see, what else do we have? Envelope note trigger rhythm. So that was really obvious. That just changed the template. That's pretty cool. Going back to our envelopes. So we have both envelopes on. Let's increase the decay. So that way, every time a trigger happens, it gives this long decay. Now let's stop soloing it. We can do that right here. Now that's timbre 10. We can turn that down a little bit. So it sounds strangely slightly out of sync. I'm going to actually reset it to see if we can get it back in sync. Turn it up a bit and let's change this trigger. Faster, and I like this on. Cool. So it's just adding another little texture. Then of course if we were to mute timbre 10, I want to hear what that sounds like. Big difference. So we can actually probably get away with having timbre 10 a little bit lower. Muted. It's back in now. There we go. Just a small texture in the background. Cool. So that's it for the dual envelope generator. And let's go on to the next one.